Here with Credit Suite. Today we're going to be talking about how to get a $20,000 business credit card with both Dell and Apple without a personal guarantee, without a personal. Admittingly, we're not going to be just talking about Dell and Apple today. The steps I'm going to map out for you are steps that you can follow with a lot of different companies, a lot of different stores, a lot of different retailers to be able to get credit with them without a personal guarantee, without a personal credit check. We're just going to use Dell and Apple as examples and walk through their specific underwriting requirements so you can get an idea of how this works. Hello, Jazzy D. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for coming in. So we're going to start here by mapping out really what business credit is, the benefits if you don't know, and then we'll be diving into the steps to kind of get to a point where you can get a $20,000 Dell and Apple credit card. Somebody's saying, how can I raise my score? That's a loaded question. First of all, you'd have to tell me if you're talking about your consumer scores, your business credit scores, or your bank credit scores, and I can answer that question. Hello, welcome. Thanks for coming in, Attorney Chris. So, today we're going to be talking about how to get a $20,000 credit card with Dell and Apple without a personal guarantee, without a personal credit check. But again, following these steps, you should be able to get approved with most major retailers without the guarantee, without the credit check. We're just going to look at Dell and Apple's specific underwriting requirements so you can get a feel for how this works. Saying hello for the first time. Welcome. Thanks, man. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. Thanks for saying hello for their first scope. That's awesome. So let's dive in. Let me first of all find one of these little guys that I like. I like this. Don't like that one anymore. I like this one. That's pink. All right, let's go with that one. Okay, so how do you get a $20,000 business credit card with Dell and Apple? Let's talk about this. First of all, what we're talking about here is business credit. Now, we're talking about credit that's tied to your business, not you as the owner. So as a result of that, we're talking about credit that's tied to your EIN number, not your personal social. Okay, so you're going to basically use business credit. We're going to establish some business credit here and then use it to qualify for revolving store credit at most major retail stores. Okay, bank and business. We'll talk a little bit more. These steps will actually help you build your business credit score. So if you follow along here, I'll teach you exactly how to raise your scores. So these are the kind of approvals we're talking about here with no personal guarantee, no personal credit checks. These are real approvals that people following us on Periscope and Facebook are getting following the steps we're going to talk about. 10, 15, 20, $40,000 approvals, all linked to the EIN, not the consumer credit. So with this, once we establish business credit, then it's going to help you qualify for credit lines, loans, leasing, real estate purchases, etc. And I'm also going to teach you today how to do this fairly fast. So a lot of benefits of what we're talking about when it comes to building business credit. Per SBA, these limits are about 10 to 100 times higher than with consumer credit. Again, these are real business credit approval limits without personal guarantees and without personal credit checks. So we can see here that you're talking about $25,000 type limits, $40,000 type limits at a lot of retailers, 20, 15. And to get to this point, it'll take you about 2 to 3 months to start getting $4,000, $5,000, $8,000 approvals. It'll take you about 4 months, maybe a little longer to start to get to your $20,000, $40,000 approvals following the exact same steps that we're going to be diving into. So limits much higher than personal credit because, again, your business has a much greater need for capacity than you do on the consumer side, right? You don't need to spend 20 grand at Dell on home computers, but you very well do need to for your business. So you also can get personal and business credit cards at the same store. So if you go to Apple to get a credit card today, you can't go in tomorrow and get another one. But if you go into Apple and get a consumer credit card today, you can go into Apple and get a business credit card tomorrow. So it gives you double the borrowing ability because you're building personal and business credit. Now, all the credit I'm going to talk to you about today does not require any collateral, cash flow, or credit at all. Your personal credit doesn't matter. You don't need financials. You don't need cash flow. You don't need collateral. So this is business credit, and these kind of limit credit cards you can get regardless of whether you can or cannot qualify for a loan. You're also going to be able to get this credit without a personal guarantee. This means you're not personally liable for what happens in your business. You and your business are separate. We're going to build separate credit profiles here for your EIN and your social, so then that way you can separate your liability as well. Now, you should know lenders will review your business credit when deciding to give you a loan. As a matter of fact, your commercial credit reports even say how much money you should be lent. So we need to build this business credit profile linked to this EIN to help you qualify for more business credit cards, loans, and credit lines. Okay, also, not only do lenders look at this, but anybody can pull your business credit report. It's public information, which is one of the reasons you want to control what's on there. Hey, Christine, and hey, everybody, thanks for coming in. All this is with no personal credit check. Yes. Today, what I'm going to teach you is with no personal credit check whatsoever. Okay, so business credit increases the value of your business, and as I also mentioned, it doesn't affect your personal credit whatsoever. And there's a reason for this. Because when we look at consumer credit scores, 30% of your credit score is utilization, almost a third. Well, I'm going to teach you how to put credit on your business credit reports instead of your consumer credit reports. So you could use this credit, you could max out the credit, and it won't have any adverse effect on your utilization because it doesn't report on your consumer credit. Since there's no credit pull, then you're not putting any inquiries on your credit report, which adversely would affect 10% of your score. So all of this will help you because we're separating that business and personal credit. Now, again, what we're going to do here is we're going to start with setting up your business credibly. And here's how this works. Okay, so and somebody says, who are some good starters, no PG, cash credit companies? No PG, cash credit companies. There are no starter ones. You can't get Visa cards and MasterCards until you follow the steps. But if you follow along with me today, I'll teach you how to get the Visa cards and MasterCards. Somebody saying, I need you to call me personally. I've had Credit Suisse since March. Okay, well, the only reason you wouldn't have results is if you're not actually taking actions, navigate the steps. Email info@creditsuite.com and I'll definitely help you through the process. The very first thing that I'm going to ask you is how many accounts you've applied for. Okay, if you've applied for Uline, Quill, all the accounts in step 3, those should report within 30 to 60 days. If you're not getting results, you're not applying for accounts. Email info@creditsuite.com. We'll talk a little more. So here's what you need to know. Is Dun & Bradstreet for business credit? Yes, it is. And I'll teach you all that here in just a second. So when it comes to getting loans, when it comes to getting credit lines, when it comes to getting business credit, all credit issuers especially have a computer that automates your approval. You either get approved or you get denied. You've seen this before. You apply for a credit card, you either get an approval or you get a notice saying you'll be notified by mail in 7 to 10 days. Well, what's happening is their computers are underwriting your application on the spot immediately. So the first step is for us to understand that this is happening and then meet those requirements before you actually apply. This way you can actually come in and get automated approvals. So how do we do this? Well, it starts with step 1. Step is really about building your credibility. So the first thing we need to do is you need to choose the right entity. Now, any entity can build business credit, but you want to go with a corporation or an LLC because with those entities, you and the business are separate from each other. And with that, you can also separate your liability and not personally guarantee what happens in your business. Okay, if you don't choose the right entity of an LLC or a corporation, then if somebody sues your business, they can sue you anyways. We've got to stop that. LLC or corporation will help you do that. Christine says, got a pre-approval for a no PG credit card from PNC with a credit line of $100,000. That's awesome, Christine. I'm going to write this down here, and then I will add this to the board later. PNC 100K. Okay. Guys, this is how it starts. Christine, congratulations. That's awesome. Now, guys, so you know, Christine also has been able to come in and get $40,000 accounts. She's also got a $75,000 account, all without a personal guarantee and without a personal credit check. So, congratulations. That's awesome. PNC with no PG. Gotta love it. So, once we set up an LLC or a corporation, you need to get your EIN number. It's free. You do not need to pay for this. A lot of companies will make you think they're the IRS, but they're not. You want to get your EIN number. This is what your business credit's built under. Some people think it's your DUNS number. It's not. It's your EIN. Next, you need to set up a real business phone number. You want to get a toll-free number. You want to make sure you get a fax number. You want to make sure that you list both with 411. Never use a mobile phone. Never use a home phone on a business application as your business phone. It will automatically get you denied. You need to either get a real business phone or get a voice over IP from a company like RingCentral. There's plenty of those companies out there that will give you a phone number for $15 to $30 a month depending on the one. Get a phone. get a fax, get toll free. Lenders look at this for credibility. Get your phone number listed with 411. Now somebody says, is it better to fax or mail applications? Fax will get you faster results. So you need to get your phone number listed with 411. If you're not listed with 411, you can use a service like List Yourself to do it. For their paid service, which is what we use, it's $360 a year or $30 a month. Do not use Google Voice, but Grasshopper, any of the rest of those will work. Christine says, got a phone, go phone.com. It's $20 a month, and it actually rings to her cell. So great advice from somebody that just got a $100,000 no PG credit line. So phone.com is a great place. Get a phone, get it toll free, get a fax, get it listed with 411. It's important because in the initial business credit building stage, a lot of the times they're only going to look to see if you have an EIN and 411 listing to be able. Once you've done this, make sure you get a professional looking website. You need a website. You never want to submit an application without a website, and a lot of them will ask for it. They want to know more about your business. You want them to find it out on your own website, not theirs. You also want a professional business email address. Mine is info@creditsuite.com. Don't use Yahoo. Don't use Google. Those will get you denied. Use one like yourname@yourdomain.com. Nowadays, you can go to GoDaddy for $12, get a domain that comes with emails. It's super cheap and easy to do. Yes, if you go to YouTube and Google Business Credit, we're about 65% of that page, including the #1 video that we just released last night, as a matter of fact. So you'll find about 200-300 videos that we've got on there that can help you as well. Get a physical business address. If you don't want a physical business address, then get a virtual address. You can go to our website, creditsuite.com/virtual, to do this. What you never want to do is use a home address or use a P.O. box or a UPS address. Here's the order that you want to do. Get a real physical address if you can. If you don't want to and you work from home, use a virtual address. Number 3 is you also then want to use home address at last resort. And Christine says GoDaddy's great with web building, $25 a month with email and hosting, plus $179 a year. That's who I use too. So third and last resort's a home address. Never use UPS, never use P.O. Box. Because lenders and credit issuers have a database they use to be able to cross-reference, and if you use either one of those, you'll automatically get denied. A home address, some sources will deny you permanently. You'll never get a Walmart commercial credit card with the home address. It won't happen. But you will get Staples. You can get Dell. So some sources will approve you with the home address on a business application. Others won't, like Walmart. So get a virtual address if you can. That's going to get you the max amount of approvals. Otherwise, a home address is much better than a UPS or a P.O. box. Somebody says, will you be in Tallahassee anytime soon? You can go to facebook.com/Credit Suite and see our schedule of everywhere we go. We're speaking all over the country at different times. I'm not sure when I'll be in Tallahassee again, but I'm oftentimes speaking around the Orlando. That physical business address or a virtual address. Now, once you've done so, you've really accomplished step 1 here. We've got your business name set up. We've got your entity set up. We set up your EIN, your domain address, your website, your email. You get any necessary business licensing that you need. Get a physical or virtual address. Home address is last resort. Knowing a home address will get you denied with some sources. Business phone, toll-free number, 411 listing, fax number. Now we've accomplished step 1 and we move to step 2. You need to get set up with the business credit reporting agency. So go to creditsuite.com/DUNS, and right there you'll find a link to get your free DUNS number without paying Dean B. Next, you want to do a free check on this website, creditsuite.com/reports, to see if they know anything about you now, to see if you have a credit report populated now. And here's why. When it comes commercial credit reports, you can and will, and I'll show you an actual commercial credit report right now, you can and will be issued a failing business credit score even if you have absolutely no business credit reporting. If the credit reporting agencies know you exist, they will give you a failing credit score, but even one account can turn that around. Here, I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. So here's a credit report, for example. No credit. On a 0 to 100 scale, the score's 28. We see here that they are very high risk. We see the #1 reason that they're high risk is a lack of trade lines. and we see here that there's absolutely zeros on the credit report. There's no trades. I can't scroll any further. I'm trying. I'm scrolling down. I can't scroll any further. This is somebody that has a failing credit score with no credit. When we add even one account, which I'll show you how to do, we see here the score's 96. We see here the person's super low risk. We see they did this with only one account on the credit report. Look, there's only one trade account. That's it. That's all there is one. I'm going to show you how to get this exact same account. Check it out. We see exactly what they did. They went from that same 28 failing score because they had no credit all the way up into the 90s just because they had one account paid as agreed. So do your credit reports look like this? Do you have a bad score even though you have no credit? Do a free check. CreditSuite.com/reports. You pull DMB, Experian, and Equifax to see if there's a report established for you now. Go to CreditSuite.com/DUNS and get your free DUNS number. The next thing we need to do is help you start building initial business credit. Now, this is credit you can get with initial vendors. We call them startup vendors or starter vendors because these are vendors that will give you credit even if you have no credit now. Now, you've got to make sure you only work with vendors that report to the business credit reporting agencies. Now, these guys sell things you need every day. They sell office supplies and coffee and shipping supplies and all kinds of stuff, but they'll typically give you terms such as net 30. Now, some will require that you do 2 to 3 orders. If you're a brand new startup and especially not listed with 411, sources like Quill may deny you when you first apply. So you may need to apply 1-2 times and buy stuff before they'll actually approve you. Here's some starter vendors to use. Quill, Monopolize Your Marketplace, Granger, okay? Uline is another one. Wells Fargo has a secured business credit card. Now, some may need your DUNS number to actually approve you. So what you're basically going to do is once you set up with the actual reporting agencies, once you've set up your credibility, you're going to go to a place, and I'll use Quill as an example. I'll show you how this process really works. So we're going to go to Quill here, quill.com, okay, and I'll show you on my screen what this looks like. So we're going to go to Quill, over $1 million in products they have. I'm just going to choose, let me see here, I'm going to add Kleenex. I'm going to add some paper towels here. And now, it has my name there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to log out so it doesn't recognize me. Okay, so now I'm going to come in. Oh, I want a printer today. I'm going to buy a printer. You want to spend more than $50 here. Quill will not report your credit unless you have $50. All of them aren't like that. Now I've got this in my shopping cart, right? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go to shopping cart and I'm going to check out. Now I'm going to skip the steps here. But what I can see here is I see a total order of $49.99, and I'm going to go ahead and click Proceed to Checkout. Now, I am going to register, which it won't let me. I'm not going to register and go through this process. What I will do is I'll show you if I skipped ahead and registered, which I already have an account, and I went to Payment Details on Quill, then we can see here, no, I don't want those previous items in my cart. I know I come here a lot, Quill. Okay, so here's what happened. So I'm here at Quill, I'm at Payment Details. Now check out my options here when it comes to Payment Details. So I have options, I have 3 options. Invoice my account, credit card, or Visa checkout. I'm going to go with Invoice my account. And I'm going to go ahead and finish my checkout. Now if I've registered and I do this, they're going to let me submit this order. Now one of 2 things is going to happen when I do this. And Christine says, first time with Quill, it takes 3 months to report, but after that, it's monthly. What Christine says is Quill, for example, takes 90 days to report, and after that, they report it monthly. Monopolize Your Marketplace, Uline, Granger, they all report monthly, so you know. So you just saw the process with Quill. One of 2 things is going to happen. 1, I'm going to get an email from them saying they shipped my items. When that happens, congratulations, you were just issued trade credit, okay? They're not going to be some celebration. They're not going to send you a credit card in the mail. They're just going to ship your items without you giving them a credit card. That means they extended you trade credit. You'll never even know what your limit is with them unless you call them and ask. Or 2, they're going to notify you and say, sorry, we can't extend you credit at this time. If that happens, then you're either too new in business, didn't get listed with 411, go ahead and place the order anyways, pay for the order. Then go back and do it a second time. Now this time they should approve you and ship the items. If they don't, do it a third time. And Christine says, what's Monopolize Your Marketplace? They sell marketing things, including a 5 CD marketing course, which is pretty cool. It's like $59 times 5 payments. So it's one way to go, or go with Uline, Quill, Granger, and buy any kind of stuff you want. So you went through the process I just showed you. You used Invoice Me. You checked out. One of two things happen. They ship your items. Congratulations, you were issued trade credit. They say, no, sir, we won't do it. And then in that case, what you need to know, Tom Keisha, he hasn't been in this space for a long time. But yeah, absolutely, I do know of his older stuff that's out there. Okay, so that being said, if they ship your item, you were issued trade credit. If they tell you no go, place a second or third order and they will approve you. We've never seen them not. So that being said, Quill, Uline, Monopolize Your Marketplace, Granger. You're going to need a total of 5 accounts with these guys, okay? Longtime friend. Yeah, Tom's a good guy, man. He's a really smart guy. Has a lot of good information on business credit. Ask him why he ever got out of the space, because he used to be really hot and heavy, but he doesn't do a lot in here anymore. So once you have 5 accounts reporting to step 3, then what you're going to do next is you're going to be able to come in and start getting store credit with most major retailers. Staples, Office Depot, Apple, IKEA, Sprint. All of these will start approving you for credit. Now, some will require 7 trades, 8 trades, 9 trades before you'll get approved. If you're not using a service like we provide, you have to kind of go through trial and error and figure that out. Now, again, you're not wanting to give them a social security number. You got to leave that social security number off the application. You don't ever fill anything out in the place of a social security number field. It's illegal. But you can leave it blank. When you leave this field blank, they will then pull your business credit linked to your EIN and make your approval decision based on that. Somebody says, can I use business credit to get commercial real estate? You can use business credit for anything you want to use business credit for. So again, once you have 5 accounts, the next thing you want to do is start applying for actual stores. And these are the kind of approvals that you're going to start to get fairly easy in. So Dell, Apple, for example, those are ones you're going to actually want to get. So when we look at Dell, for example, which is our topic for today, well, we usually see approvals of even $10,000 with them. They want to see a Paydex score of 78. Well, a Paydex score from Dun & Bradstreet's only based on how you pay your bills. So if you came in and you got these kind of accounts, and you paid your bills on time or early, you'll get a good score. Now, Christine says Costco, Sam's Club, BJ's, you read to be a member before you get credit through them, which is perfect. Christine has credit with all of them. So once you get credit with them, you use the credit, you pay the bill on time or early, they will then report the credit to the reporting agencies. And if you pay your bills on time, you'll get a good score. Payment on time with a DMB's of 80 score means you just pay as agreed. If you pay early, you'll get a 90 to 100 score. So with a 78 score, you'll start to get approved with Dell as long as you have enough trade lines, at least 5 trade lines to actually come in. Now, if you want no PG with Dell, you may even need more than 5 trade lines to actually get approved. And right here is how you can actually call Dell to get approved. Right there's their commercial account number to get approved. Now, and you also should know that they report to Dun & Bradstreet. Now, if for some reason you don't get approved with Dell, there's one reason, and it's pretty simple. The reason is because you don't have enough accounts reporting on your business credit reports. It's that simple. So then keep getting credit. Go to Office Depot, go to Staples, go to some other sources, and get more credit with them before you go in and apply. And what you'll realize is as long as you have enough trade lines, you'll get approved for almost any kind of major retail credit that you want to get. Now, to get approved with Apple, they want to see a business entity, they want to see an EIN, they want to see a business bank account, and they want to see that you have some kind of business credit history, preferably 10 or more accounts reporting with them before they'll actually approve you. They told me I was approved on the phone for 14 grand. That's awesome. Congratulations. That's fantastic. Guys, if this isn't just theory, you're hearing me talk about it and you're hearing people chime in and talk about their actual results. We just got somebody that just got approved for 14 grand. We have somebody else that got 100 grand with PNC. Christine's on here who's got Costco and Sam's Club and all these other sources following these exact same steps. Now, Christine says if you get turned down through Apple, you have to wait 3 months or they'll pull the same report. Good to know. Great tip, just so you know. Pre-approved, that's awesome. Congratulations. Does Lending Club report? No. Most lenders don't report, including Lending Club. So let's continue. You have, including these kind of store accounts, a total of 10 reported accounts, then what will happen is then you can move on to the final step. You can get auto vehicle financing. You can get Visa cards, American Express cards, MasterCards. You can get fleet credit for fuel, auto repairs, and maintenance. It takes about 10 to 14 accounts to get to the very end goal here. Yep, I'm familiar with Lendio. We work with them. We're going to be in their offices in Utah talking to their team and teaching them about business credit even next week. So we work with them very closely. So here we go. $20,000, $40,000 type of approvals. And you can see the combination of credit here. We see BJ's, which is a Visa card, a cash credit card. We see fleet credit for auto repairs, maintenance, fuel for $40,000 limits. We see auto vehicle financing here with Ford. Okay, and we also come in and I think, okay, so this I think is a bot, so we're going to go ahead and block you, bot. Okay, you're blocked. And you can also see store credit at places like Home Depot. We see Lowe's for 10. We see Visa cards and Bank of America here. Christine just got a PNC account, okay, so we see that. So we see, gas cards here. We see Tractor Supply. We see Apple. These are real approvals our clients have received for Apple so far. Okay, we see Office Depot. Okay, it's RTS, not RJS. Oh, my whiteboard person must have spelled that. And that's basically the steps of building business credit. 1, set up your business credibly. Well, I'll go to the whiteboard to review. 1, build the business credibly. Set up the LLC or corporation. Get your EIN. Get your domain and professional email. Any licensing you need. Get a real physical address, virtual address, home address at last resort. Phone number, toll-free number. List it with 411. Get a fax. 2, get your DUNS number. You can go to creditsuite.com/DUNS to get your DUNS number. You can go to creditsuite.com/reports to get a free report or to get a report with Experian, Equifax, and Dun & Bradstreet. While I'm here, I will say that if you guys ever want to receive weekly tips from me that I only give through text, you can text the word tips to that number and you'll get on my list for that. And somebody says, are the gas cards easier to obtain, Staples or Office Depot? They're about the same. I've also got a free report that maps this out at creditsuite.com/Periscope. creditsuite.com/Periscope. So, we set up the business credibly. We did a free check. We got our DUNS. Then we come in and get those 5 accounts, right? We're getting Uline. We're getting Quill. We're getting Granger. We're getting a Wells Fargo secured card. And somebody says, I have 10 accounts. Who's the best cash credit cards to start with? BJ's is a good one. Bank of America has a good one. Chase Inc. has a good one. Most of them are going to start to require upwards of 14 accounts, but with 10, you can definitely take a look at it. Step 4, once you have 5 accounts, now you move on to Staples, Chevron, Sprint, Apple, IKEA. But make sure those accounts are reporting before you actually apply. Once you have 10 accounts reported, then you move into auto vehicle financing, Visa cards, MasterCards, cash credit cards. The end goal of business credit is to get here with about 10 to 14 accounts. So again, if you want more information, then grab a free guide, creditsuite.com/Periscope. Okay. Not only will I give you a free guide, but I'll put you on my list where I'll email you regular information about building business credit and getting financing. So we talked through, we looked at Apple's underwriting guidelines. We looked at Dell's underwriting guidelines. We mapped out the exact steps to follow to build business credit. And if you follow these steps, not only can you get Dell or Apple, you can get the $10, $20, $30, $40,000 credit cards. You can get the auto vehicle financing. Christine, following the same steps, has got $100,000 with PNC Bank. That's the end result of where you get to as you start to establish 10, 14 or more trades. Great. I'm going to hop on this opportunity. Thank you. Absolutely. Look, creditsuite.com/Periscope. Also, I just did a webinar last night. Okay. It went for an hour and a half. And then we had over an hour's worth of questions. So it was 2 hours and 40 minutes. If you go to step 6, jail, that's awesome. Okay, Mickey, genius. Give us some insight here. You're either a troll that knows nothing, which is what I think, or you actually have some kind of value here of why you may think that corporate credit could put you in jail. So let's see, are you a troll or do you know anything? If you know anything, which I'm challenging you, by the way, please share with us your intricate knowledge. We would like to know. Please share with us your intelligence. So last night we just did a webinar on how to get $250,000 in business credit. We had a lot of testimonials from clients on there, so you can actually see the results you can get. You can go to YouTube right now, type business credit. It's the #1 video there. So you'll easily be able to learn a bunch more information. Literally, we went over 2 hours and 40 minutes with questions, with Q&A. I map it all out. I show you real commercial credit reports, what this process looks like on real commercial credit reports. We look at snapshots of all the biggest companies out there, privately and publicly owned, and startups, and look at the actual trades they have. We look at real results that people get and the actual approvals they've received, and much more. So make sure you go to YouTube and search business credit and check that out. So if you have any questions, well then feel free to let us know. You about the fastest way to build business credit. 877-600-2487, 877-600-2487. Kingdom Queen, me and my husband are small business owners, so we're definitely going to do this. You should, and even though this went pretty quick, if you go to creditsuite.com for an angel investors, yes, or there's places out there like Angel Network where you can get all kind of angel investors. creditsuite.com/Periscope will notify you when we do webinars. And if you go to creditsuite.com, just our main website at the top right, you can get it on our social media channel. Live on Periscope every Wednesday at 4 o'clock Eastern, almost every Wednesday except for a holiday. Thursday at 11, we go live on Facebook. Every other week at 1, we go live on YouTube. We also do webinars and all kinds of other information that we can help you get information on. Will this video be on YouTube? It eventually will make it to YouTube, yes. But if you really want a detailed outline of building business credit, go to YouTube and search business credit. The #1 video you'll see is how to get $250,000 in business credit. That's a webinar we just did last night that more in depth than this scope maps out these steps so you all can succeed. So please like, subscribe. I'll be back here next Wednesday at 4 o'clock Eastern to dive in and talk even more. And that being said, I'm already talking to Dave. Dave is fantastic. You'll love working with Dave. We talk about things like 5 vendors who can help you build business credit. We talk about different ways that you can actually come in and get credit lines for your business. We decode consumer credit, business credit, bank credit. We talk about the steps and the details of building business credit. We talk about how to get different kind of loans. Okay, so there's a lot of this kind of stuff that we talk about using a series of whiteboards and chalkboards. Subscribe. I'll see you next Wednesday at 4 o'clock, where I'm pretty sure we're wiping these boards all out. All this information will go away. We'll start over with new topics as we roll into the next year. So I appreciate you all joining. So make sure you go to creditsuite.com/Periscope to get your guide and get notified of webinars and everything else we do. And hey, you want more info on business credit? Go to YouTube right now and search business credit. The #1 video, how to get $250,000 in business credit, we just did last night. That gives you the most up-to-date information. It's a walkthrough, detailed walkthrough, and an hour of Q&A. So a lot of people probably have the same kind of questions you have. Thanks for the shares. Thanks for the loves. Thanks for the first comments ever and the first visits ever on Periscope. Welcome to Periscope. It's fantastic. I'll see you next Wednesday at 4 o'clock Eastern here on Periscope. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.